This video is like super strange to make. Would you look at that? The Lexus has a perfect indent for me to sit. It's like, it's perfect. It's a weird shape actually, but anyway, let's get straight to the point of actually talking about this video. So my summer projects, as you may or may not know, I want to do more actual car stuff because I've grown, I don't want to say bored, but I want to go into the next stage of what I think I need to be doing for the summer, at least anyway, as a test to see what I think and see if I keep it, if I'm enjoying it, and see if I want to do more of it. I want to do more real life car stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I want to touch upon. There's a lot of stuff I want to drive. There's a lot of stuff I want to experience. And this is going to be my experience. I'm not just going to talk about actually doing that. I'm going to talk about these stages of getting to that point because it's bloody difficult, I tell you. I scoured the internet looking for contacts for PR, public relations, media, that kind of stuff for countless manufacturers. It's difficult. It's really difficult. And I want to kind of tiptoe into this and say that it's not easy to jump into this, even at the stage I'm at now. I know I'm not big-headed. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm like this massive YouTuber. I'm not, but I have 700,000 subscribers, all of which are subscribed for cars. And then I've also got 200 million views, which to people that run this kind of stuff, the manufacturers, the dealerships, and everything that I've been to, which I'll talk about, this is big numbers. To them, this exposure for lending a car to me for like a couple of hours to a day to a little bit more, to me, it's a no-brainer. But obviously there's a lot of rules, regulations and stuff that are kind of stopping this from being as easy as it should be. As I said, I scoured the internet, emailed a bunch of PR people, emailed a bunch of media contacts that I could find. Couldn't really find a whole lot. A lot of the emails were dead or unused, or the people have left the company or have moved different companies, all this kind of stuff, and it's just absolutely useless in every single way. And then I decided, you know what, okay, next level, let's email the dealerships in my local area. Email the dealerships in the local area, all the emails, duds, useless, crap, rubbish, don't even bother. So then I went in person to these dealerships, and I've had success, actually a little bit of success with BMW and Audi. Fantastic to work with so far. I do feel like in some situations, some dealerships, I felt like if I went there, I would feel a bit like, so I didn't go to like Ferrari, I'm not going to Lamborghini, I'm not going to these types of dealerships to be like, hey, can you lend me a car? That's what I'm here for. No, I ain't damn stupid. But what I did is go to the more reasonable dealerships. I'm 23, that's a problem. 25 is where you can start to get insurance to cover you on all the cars and that kind of thing. There's a way around it. There's ways to get temporary cover on cars. As you'll find out throughout this video, there's just so much kind of blockading this from being possible. If you're in the US, this is less of an issue. You can jump into someone's car and go for a drive. Dealerships, sure, they can let you go for the drive, but obviously these cars are test cars for selling cars. They have regulations in case I say something wrong and they have to get approval from me, from the manufacturer, all this kind of, it's just like, what? But pretty much, it's quite difficult. It's quite difficult, and brings me on to the point I'm gonna gloss over absolutely like half of the story, but I spent a long couple of days emailing, going to dealerships, speaking with people on the phone. It's draining, it's demeaning. That's where this video comes in as a flagpole into what I think is the best possible method for me to start, or at least not even just start. I might get something from the dealership. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but at the same time, I might actually be able to get better stories, better everything out of you guys. A lot of you guys might live near me. A lot of you guys might not. That's okay. But the fact is, you guys have these cars, you've driven these cars, you own these cars, all these stories you've got from driving this vehicle and that kind of thing. I think it makes sense to reach out to you guys and say, message me on Instagram with a picture of your car, where you are, about, and maybe I would possibly do a video on your car. Like whether, you know, I don't know how this is going to work because I don't know how comfortable the drivers are going to be with me borrowing a car for a couple of hours, or they might want to sit with me, they might not want to be on camera. There's a whole bunch of stuff to go through, and obviously I need to look into it all and figure it all out. But to me, that makes sense as a step. I get this extra level. I don't just get a car, I get a person that knows about the car, has driven this car every single day, drives it every day, or maybe drives it just on the weekends. All this kind of experience they've got, which I can then portray. And if they're not comfortable being the whole video, maybe they're comfortable with it being on like for a couple of questions, out at the end of the video, the start of the video, whatever, and obviously a big shout out to that person and link to their social and that kind of stuff. To me, that's a good way in general, even if I got these dealership privileges or these manufacturer privileges, it would to me make sense that if a dealership's not going to give me a 1,000 horsepower GTR to be like, hey, I'll hoon you around in it for an hour if you want and you can record it. A dealership ain't going to do that. But yeah, that's frustration. It's a little bit annoying, but at the same time, almost like a little good thing is coming, a little gleaming light is coming out of this as well. Unless, again, if your dad like runs a dealership or something. It's a weird video to make, but along with the steps of getting to this point of being able to actually become more of automotive in general channel, these are kind of hurdles that you run into and I'm running into with the foundations that I have. So I guess I just want to kind of put those out there at the same time as being like, please help. So a little bit of a different video, I know. I've been really stressing over this and it's really frustrating at times and demeaning, and it knocks me back quite a lot. And I feel like I should be open about that because it's not nice. It's not nice to be kicked back like this in some ways, but steps. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more about this, like being honest and open and all this kind of stuff about everything, be sure to smash like and subscribe if you are new. But again, fingers crossed that this maybe leads to somewhere and you see a subscriber's car on the channel super soon, because that'd be great. Till next time, peace.